day we saw Uganda ending its deal with Kenya on the importation of oil, and today we've seen that actually Uganda comes out and says they are agreeing to importing petroleum with a firm called Bahrain. And I've not done much research on it. Bahrain, I don't know if Kate, you can check in Uganda, Bahrain firm or company. Okay. It's owned by who? Okay. We'd love to know that first.
Let me check real quick so that we get to know as we continue who owns
Bahrain. B-A-H-Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, Bahrain company, Vitol, who owns it in Uganda. So they're saying that Uganda's energy minister on Wednesday tabled a bill before parliament seeking to grant exclusive rights to Bahrain company Vitol to be sole importer of petroleum products into the East African country. So first things first, as Katie checks.
Actually, Bahrain is a country.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, it's a country.
Yeah, originally owned by the Standard Oil Company of California, Babco, today who is wholly owned by the government of Bahrain.
Okay.
Since its early beginnings, Babco has been recognized as one of the kingdom's anchor companies, and such remained a key contributor to the GDP and reliable income to a generator for the economy. So it's not African, it's actually from California, and you know, of course.
God damn. So sellouts. Talk about Museveni. So they're saying that Uganda cabinet has already approved the changes to the petroleum law. He has already approved the changes to the petroleum law, and the importation and marketing of petroleum products has generally been liberalized with several private entities. Just like I mentioned, several private entities. Who are these private several entities? Involved in the business, mainly sourcing the product from the neighboring Kenya. Uganda's energy ministry said in a statement that the system has exposed the landlocked country to supply disruptions and high pump prices. A deal between the state-owned Uganda National Oil Company and Vitol Energy is already in place. Under it, Vitol will supply oil products with Uganda National Oil Company, which will turn sell the products to petrol station operators. The first shipment from Vitol is expected to arrive in January. I don't believe actually there's any benefit for Uganda here.
And this is just crazy, because now Uganda moves from a country that is fully paying them to a place where they are going to get nothing.
It's an Arab country.
Without hesitation.
It's an Arab country, Kid says. Karibu sana Kid. It's an Arab country.
Without hesitation. Bahrain is an Arab country.
Yeah, that is what Kid says. Check, maybe you can check correctly. They also say that, but some oil marketing companies have criticized the deal, accusing the Ugandan government of seeking to create monopoly. I mean, seeking to create monopoly, or they have been monopolizing people in the country all along. They're saying Uganda imported 1.6 billion.
An Arabic state situated in a bay of southwestern coast of Persian Gulf. It is in archipelago consisting of Bahrain Island.
So now we have racist people making deals. Do you know this is crazy? First thing first, we have racist people who are super racist against us African people when we go to their country, but we're here making deals with them. Shout out to Museveni once again. He always outdoes himself, you know, when it comes to 25 years of puppetry is not a joke.
It's not a joke.
You are a ringleader and a cheerleader. I don't know what name to give you.
I bet he should not be even afraid of dying right now. He has completely sold his country. He has left his country in a war. So I don't think he should be even afraid of dying.
This is so sad to see that African countries are non-beneficiary of the resources that is within the continent, because literally without the borders, we're supposed to be benefiting from each other. There's supposed to be flow of trade. Me being able to go to Zambia, to Congo, and do 1, 2, 3 things, and I'll be okay, you know, and I'm gonna make and generate income. But at this point, we see actually African nations, Arab nations coming in between African countries, giving us fake money deals as they benefit the most.
And
Look at
this
the
is why
development.
Uganda
Look
cut
at the-
off now the deal from Kenya with Kenya.
Look at the development of Dubai, of Saudi Arabia. Talk about where do they where has all these resources come from? I mean, where do you get the money to literally come up with all this? You know, where do the resources come from? This is super crazy. And again, it would make sense because one, Museveni is illiterate. We have 79% of Ugandans illiterate. Yesterday we saw Google changing things. Let's confirm again. The level of illiteracy in Uganda is high, almost similar to South Africa. Let me see. Okay, so they're saying that the level of literacy, not illiteracy, sorry, literacy is 79%. So I think I got it wrong yesterday too, and yeah, it is 79%. The level of literacy, not illiteracy, literacy. But I don't understand why the people will not demonstrate. That is just a funny thing, because it's not the same way as Rwanda, where you keep quiet or people do not have the freedom of expression.
People don't understand what is happening. It's just like the way we have now Kenyans are being given gold medals and they just keep quiet.
Don't even talk about it.
Yeah, it's just like that. They don't understand what is happening, and by the fact that they don't even know about their resources and how their resources go about, or how their resources are gotten, and how the country controls their resources. So they wouldn't even know why this country ended a deal with Kenya to get into a deal with an Arabic state. So it doesn't make sense. But now you cannot put this on people. But it is up to us, by the way. I keep on saying it is up to us, because as long as we keep on saying it doesn't concern us, as long as we keep on saying we don't know, this is now the way, or we are just giving them a right to take advantage of us.
True. That is what is happening. But I see Keith in the building is saying this is the scramble for Africa again. The Arabs are trying to come back in to get their piece of the richest continent and to make sure Africans stay on the bottom. Basically, that is what is happening. We're talking about the Arabs, the Chinese, the Indians. We have right now everyone literally trying to find a peace in Africa. Everyone is trying to find a peace in Africa. And this is why you see the Congolese saying they are scared, literally, as much as they're trying to fight. They're forming groups of rebels which can fight against the M23. They're still saying their country is, they're struggling with literally colonization right now. They're about to be divided again. They want to split the country into so many pieces to have more puppets. And literally, this is just destroying the continent. If you just look at it in a bigger wide picture. Have you seen the digging of Congo? The resources, the extraction of resources, I mean. It is
this
crazy.
Is why we have people, we have 7 million people being displaced, so that they can be able to get the resources.
If you try picture that now in 20 years, if nothing is gonna be done, or maybe in the next 30 years, let me just give it 30. If nothing or people won't wake up, trust me, Africa is gonna be looking shitty. We'll be having the resources, but it's gonna be so hard to literally rise up, and that is just a fact. Because right now we're talking about even dealing with slums is so hard. It is so hard. We're trying to figure out a way. How do you start even getting rid of these slums? What is the? It's gonna take time, Katie.
It's going to take time.
God.
Can you imagine? Let's talk about Congo and what is happening in Congo. You know, this haunts me every day when I keep on thinking. Every day there are people getting displaced from their homes. Every day. This is happening in Congo. Right now it is 6.9. That is close to 7 million people that are displaced, and this is just for only 1 year. Can you imagine where these people are going to settle? They are going to create settlement schemes. And what are these schemes? These are slums they are creating. And IDP camps.
At the end of the day, they are still attacked there. You see, they go camp somewhere, but still they're going to be attacked.
No, the UN camps tells them, we're bringing you aid. They end up raping them. They end up killing them.
I mean, be better. You ought to do better. If you just look at what they want to do to Africa, I swear, kama unaweza piga tu your picture in your mind, it is messed up. You're talking about, not only do you see a map divided like this where you can't make 1, 2, 3 even points connect what is this and this and this, it is what is on the ground literally. Leave alone even the map, looking at it how divided and splitted it can be. If we keep on allowing these Chinese people and Indians to come and invest. I heard you talk about, I don't know if it was you or I heard someone talk about, there's another China square that needs to be opened in Karen.
In a waterfront.
And we're supposed to be fighting these people out of the country. But we literally allowing them. And then the audacity of another white, cracker-head, pig shit type of person have the audacity to say, King Charles,
we brought you English.
King Charles should not apologize to Kenyans for what they did. This is what we're dealing with right now. They're not wanting to accept the mistake and say, we brought you English.
They actually, I heard one saying, this was a journalist. Imagine, I heard a journalist saying, which was a white journalist. They said that I don't understand why Africans are complaining to us. We were not the ones who made them go through whatever they went through. It was our ancestors. So they should not question us because we just found
your behaviors.
Your beneficiaries of what these people did to us. And you're still continuing with it.
Your behaviors.
The enslavement. You're still continuing to enslave us.
How can I say you're different from your father while you have the behaviors of your father? Well, I see nothing but just the similarities of a child and a, you know, like father, like son, like mother, like daughter. I just see nothing different. You can't tell me just because it's my grandfather who did this or my great, so I need not to be held accountable because I'm different. No, your behaviors sell you out all the time. You're all the same from ancient. Since your existence and your pop-up in Africa, you've been the same. And you'll not change. That is just a fact. Lacking melanin in you and having recessive genes and a lot of things, it's just super crazy. Personally, what I want to say, this is what Keith is saying is true and it needs to be stopped. It needs to be really stopped because literally this is invasion. This is invasion of the continent. I don't see any other way I need to label it. It's neo-colonialism. It's invasion, a forceful invasion, and it's through help. That is the saddest part. It is through sellout. It is easy now. Actually, do you know why it makes sense? It is so easy to divide Africa and then at the same time have puppets. Talk about poverty now, Katie. Congo is the richest continent, but yet the poorest. People are poor.
Yeah.
But if I want to divide that piece of land of Congo, DRC